What's going on, guys? Welcome back. And today's video is a video I've been wanting to do for a very long time. I've been very curious about this, and that's figuring out how accurate these hot card overalls really are. Because when you stop and look, let's go to Colorado, because Colorado is always a great place to go because I got a bazillion and a half guys with an upgrade. You look and you see McKinnon, he's got the 89, he's got the 85, he's got the 87, and when they upgrade these guys, you can tell just by looking at the skating, the stats, all they do is +2 every single attribute. So it got me wondering, what is these guys' true overalls? Because there is zero chance you +2'd every attribute and he only went up 2 overall points. Or he went up 1 overall point, he could have went up 3 overall points, because offensive awareness, defensive awareness, everything weighs differently. So it got me wondering, what are these guys' real overalls? And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that is their proper overall. Is their base card even the proper overall? That's the most shocking thing out of this all. I went ahead, I took all of these player stats. We'll look at McKinnon. I did not take every player stats. I just used a few players because, you know, creating a million players, first of all, ain't even possible. I think you don't have, what, 25 creative players. But I went and entered all of these stats on the player's card, the stats that are revealed directly in front of you right here, every single one, number by number by number, and I figured out their overall. And I just went to see what the overall was. So the first thing I wanted to see, like I said, the biggest question I did have was Mikko Rantanen. You look at Rantanen, he started at an 83 overall. The guy currently, look at those Tyson Bears. Oh, baby. Go up, Tyson. You look at those Mikko Rantanen, he's an 87 now. He was an 83. I'm going to go ahead and jump over to create a player real quick. I'm going to show you guys the Mikkos I created. I'm going to show you their overalls. What's your guess on the 83? What's your guess on the 87? I'm going to be honest right now. My guess, when I first did this, I was thinking his 83 overall base card is probably an 83 overall. And then I was thinking, well, then his 87, the 87 could be anywhere from maybe an 84, 85 overall. Maybe it's a 90 overall. It could be one way or the other. But I do think regardless, this does help answer a lot of questions for some of us. Question number one being where the create a player button screen is right here. But here we are. Here's Mikko Rantanen. Here is our first guy, our base Mikko Rantanen. We went ahead. I'll go ahead and show you real quick. Like I said, all the stats are the same. I do not know why you cannot see the players overall from this screen. You can see it when you edit it, but you can't see it anywhere else. Don't bother, looking at the potential accuracy, the potential range. That does not affect your overall. I could give him elite franchise and everything. It doesn't affect him unless you jump into franchise or season mode, whatever. Here's all of his stats. Like I said, I went right down the list. Everything's the same. We'll back out. I'll take a look. This is base Mikko Rantanen. Got to name Mikko Rantanen the normal. The 83 overall, you go down, Mikko Rantanen, and he is a 77 overall. There's the stat screen. That's what I was looking for. 77 overall. That's an 83 overall golden hut. So he got a +4. Easily done. +4 on every single item. You go over. Here's Evo Rantanen. I +4'd every single stat. You go ahead and look. There they are. All are +4, just like the card says. And he's an 84 overall. An 84 overall. Pretty impressive. He jumped 7 overall points, first of all. So instead of jumping 4 overall points, he actually jumped 7. So when you stop and think, that answers question number one that I had, and that is your card is indeed better. The upgrade gets a +2. He's going up a lot more overall points than at base. That is why you see some people really want, I guess understandably so, than a brand new card, why they are so much better. People are like, this card's disgusting. Well, this explains it, because he went from a 77 to an 84. He went from your 4th line player to a potential first liner. There's a big reason that overall difference felt so good. Of course, that was two upgrades, 84, 85, 86. Yeah, 2 upgrades. So instead of a +4, you got a +7, but essentially it's almost doubling. So I got curious. I had to find out more about some of these other overalls. Once I figured out Rantanen was a 77 base, I had to look. I had to look at Connor McDavid. Here's base McDavid, an 82 overall. Base McDavid is the exact same overall as Evo Rantanen, but his overall is lower. Now the difference, obviously, McDavid is probably faster because he's got the fastest card in the game. But for the most part, this is why you look at guys and you find out, well, speed's important, and that's why people buy the fast guys. But then you also look, well, most guys aren't McDavid fast. So if you were to go buy maybe a Malkin or a Crosby, and you buy their base 86 or an Ovechkin, I guess Ovechkin might have a higher on the shooting, you look and think, well, you could buy that for, say, as 100K, or you could buy somebody's upgrade 86 for 100K. The odds are that 100K 86 is a lot better card, even though they should both be 86 overalls. So, like I said, where else did we go here? Where else did we go? I went and looked at Matt Duchene. I had to look at Matt Duchene because I know a lot of people like using Matt Duchene. He's an 81 overall. He's a 74 overall when you bump it down to here. But again, you look. The thing that you notice the big difference in a guy like Matt Duchene and Ryan Getzlaf because Matt Duchene clearly beats him in almost every stat category, is defensive and offensive awareness. Duchene's going to get 85 defensive, and where's the other one? Offensive, and he's got a 78 on the offensive. And if you go look at Ryan Getzlaf, he's got like an 84, 85, and that is why his overall is a couple points higher than that. Duchene, granted, his card is not near as, favorable for most HUT players. Offensive and defensive awareness weigh a lot. And then I got to thinking, one last thing, you did see Solani on there, and I was very curious because I felt like people are like, man, the legend cards play like legend cards again this year. And here's a big reason for it. Teemu Solani, here's his legend, is a 96 overall. His stats are a 96. His card says a 94. And that's why his card, you look at his stats, they're absolutely disgusting. This is why. His stats don't play like a 94. This is why he goes for so much. He plays like a 96. So I guess one thing we can see that we did learn from this video, and like I said, I really wanted to see, hopefully it helped you guys as well when it comes to buying and selling some players, is you look at guys like Legend Solani, that the legends are where it's at, to be quite fair. You look at some of the guys that get the +2, +4, +6, they're probably more favorable once they get that +2, even if it's only 20K more than just buying that base card, because the overall is just that much better across the board. Regardless, what do you guys think of this? I was kind of surprised. That's, like I said, I was surprised by the base gold, because I would think if you're going to make base gold cards, you're going to actually put them in to like your actual attribute engine and be like, oh, okay, this is an 83 overall. But the way it looks like they just put a bunch of stats in and then made up an overall, which is really interesting. I find it beyond interesting that you would just kind of put stats in and make up an overall. And it kind of makes sense now when you think about it, why people were so upset last year, why the cards were so sluggish. Maybe they think they're slow this year. But then again, they did add, everybody's got a higher speed than everything else. That kind of explains why your speed's so much higher than everything else, because they don't want you to feel sluggish and slow in the gameplay. But I'm baffled. Honestly, I'm a little bit surprised by the fact that you would have base cards. I can understand the upgrades being wrong because you just +2'd everything, but I'm a little surprised that the base cards don't resemble an actual overall. I don't understand it. I do think it's interesting. It's interesting to learn and find out, knowing that Rantanen's freaking 87 overall is better than Connor McDavid's 87 overall. But, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys are thinking. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.